What is up, Bears fans? Welcome to Chicago Bears Huddle podcast, your UK take on all things Chicago Bears, guys. I'm Owen James, and this is your podcast, guys. Obviously, please smash that sub and like the video. Right, look, we're going to talk some Colston Loveland and Luther Burden in this video, because look, the top two picks in the draft, this year's draft, have missed a substantial amount of time already this off-season. Colston Loveland obviously recovering from that shoulder surgery that he had, and Luther Burden recovering from getting banged up in rookie minicamp when he got some soft tissue damage after coming down and landing heavily from a catch. Despite the fact, obviously, that during that rookie minicamp, that Luther Burden really impressed. Now, obviously, look, I know it's early days. I know it's just been rookie minicamp. It's been OTAs. It's been minicamp. It's been non-voluntary OTAs. But look, it's still a valuable time that these two have missed in terms of experience, in terms of getting some valuable reps, working with the vets, which they haven't done yet. Obviously, Burden has worked with the rookies, but he hasn't yet worked with the vets. Obviously, for both of them, time to work with Caleb, time to work obviously alongside DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Ron Madunze, DeAndre Swift, etc., to really get used to this offense. Now, I know that they've been spending time, with mental preparation, so learning the playbook, getting really into that, which is valuable time still. But the fact that they've missed time, is a worry. It's a concern, especially as these are the top two guys in this draft and are sort of widely slated to be, two of the most effective weapons in the Bears' offense this season. I mean, there is a lot. Once Loveland was picked at 10, there was a lot of buzz around Loveland, the same way there was an awful lot of buzz around Luther Burden as well. It was, for many, despite the fact that he slipped to the second round, was actually rated as probably being the best wide receiver in this draft. Better than Ted McMillan, better than Golden. I think it's sad, isn't it, that obviously they've not been present. Loveland obviously has been running routes, he has been catching balls, but has not taken part in any practice field competitive or team activities. It's all been individual stuff that he has been doing. He's done a little bit of lifting apparently, but certainly not anywhere near what he will be need to be doing come training camp. As for Luther Burden, he seems to have disappeared a little bit, and he's not around at the moment. Obviously, he's still undergoing recovery from that soft tissue damage, whatever the nature of that is. And the Bears have been a little secretive about that soft tissue damage, a little bit concerning there. In terms of Colston Loveland, obviously, who was the 10th overall pick, the top pick in this draft, a man who was taken ahead, obviously, of Tyler Warren. Many people thought him to be the best tight end in the draft. Colston Loveland was the first one off the board. Coach Ben Johnson has been speaking about Loveland, though, and he said that what I can gather from the walkthroughs, from the meetings, is he's very professional. This is talking about Colston Loveland. He takes everything seriously. I think he's going to fit in really well once we start getting him to go full speed. I know Coach Drays said to me numerous times how impressed he is for the types of questions he is asking at his young age. It's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to be out there doing it in real time. It's the walkthrough reps, it's the mental reps. Those are huge and crucial. And obviously, Loveland has missed a substantial number of these with obviously non-involvement in any of those, any of the off-season activities. Now, Ben Johnson, when he was talking about Colston Loveland, stopped short of actually saying that he would be back in time for training camp. The plan is to have Loveland back in time for training camp. And even when they drafted Loveland, the Bears were aware of this injury and were aware of the fact that Loveland was recovering from shoulder surgery. In fact, when Loveland himself was questioned about being back for training camp, his response was a little non-committal. The exact response was, that's the plan. That's the plan. Which is a bit of a concern, a little bit of a concern for me. At the end of the day, that's the plan does not sound like a definite. It sounds like an intention that could happen, could not happen. It all depends on obviously how this recovery goes. And look, I think, Loveland, obviously this will probably to some degree affect his rookie season, which is not great. I think, if there was high hopes for Loveland going into this season. And I think, Loveland was seen as being a key part of this offense. And hopefully, he is back for training camp. Hopefully he can go full for training camp and catch up with with what he's missed. You know, if you look at the situation that we're in, you know, if Loveland's back, if Burden's back, this offense, in terms of the weapons that are at disposal of Ben Johnson, of Declan Doyle, of Caleb Williams, are very scary indeed. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Olamide Zacchaeus. You've got there, in terms of those top wide receiver guys, you've got Dondre Swift, you've got Roshan Johnson, you've got Kalman Ungai, you've got Cole Kmet, you've got Colston Loveland. So there's a lot of weapons there. And obviously feeding them all will be an issue, and obviously spreading it around. But it gives the Bears numerous options to attack the opposition with, and it's certainly exciting times. Now, in terms of Luther Burden, again, he should return for training camp, which is a slight concern. You know, Burden, as we know, hasn't practiced since rookie minicamp in early May due to soft tissue damage. However, Ben Johnson has been a little bit more committal on Luther Burden, saying that he is on track to suit up for the start of training camp once it gets underway. Again, Ben Johnson spoke about Luther Burden in a recent press availability. He said he misses a lot. I mean, anytime you're not out there, if you're in the training room, when the rest of the guys are practicing, you're losing valuable time. Valuable time with your coaches, valuable reps with your teammates, and the ability to build the trust we're talking about. It's not the coaching staff having trust in you doing the right thing over and over, but also your teammates. They've got to see you do it. They've got to know you're the guy right left of them that's going to do the right things. They're going to do the right things, so they're going to hope for you to do the right things. So yeah, I think for everybody, and it's a shame that he got dinged up and missed all of this time, because for a young player, it's really where you get the most reps and where you can get the most experience. It's much better than obviously being out. So obviously, you know, I think both, you know, obviously Coach Johnson has recognised that these guys are missing a lot of time. They are missing a lot of experience, and it is, you know, it is a concern. And for someone like Luther Burden as well, obviously, who's going to be fighting for reps and fighting for ball. You know, when you've got a wide receiver room that contains obviously DJ Moore, who's the top wide receiver, top man. You know, real top man in terms of, you know, the ability he's got. He is an absolute top quality wide receiver. You've also seen as well, you know, that the link between Caleb and DJ has really developed over recent weeks. And then you've got a situation where Roma Dunze, again, a first round pick last season, again is starting to really link well and form another bond with Caleb Williams. And obviously there's hopes that Roma Dunze will have another big year. So for Luther Burden to kind of be missing out on these reps and missing out on getting in with Caleb and getting in with the wide receiver group is obviously a concern for him. Olamide Zacchaeus as well, you know, he's a slot receiver at the end of the day, as is Luther Burden, and Zacchaeus is a decent slot wide receiver, so he's taken a lot of the reps. So, you know, Burden has missed out, and, you know, obviously I'm sure that he is concerned at that. So hopefully, you know, having him back for training camp will really benefit not only him, but the Chicago Bears going forward. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the fact that Loveland should be back and Burden probably will be back for training camp. And are you concerned about the amount of time they missed, or is it still very early in the year? Thanks for watching the Chicago Bears Huddle podcast. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oops, wrong screen. Sorry about that. Thank you for watching. Remember, bear down. Catch you later, Chicago.